everyone, my name is Ashley, also known as Ashleigh P hairstyles on Instagram. I'm doing a video, this is my first video, so I'm doing a video on the wig caps that I use for my wigs. I started this about a year ago, off and on just for myself, and I mean I can make a wig for myself perfect, but when it came to other people it was kind of hard. So it was a lot of trial and error when making the wigs. Originally I didn't start off with using the tape around the styrofoam head, so it was a lot of issues with making it fit other people's heads. So now I measure the average side head is between 21 to 22 inches around. So if you do this, it'll save you a lot of trouble. So I just went around and around and around with the tape and measured it. And I started from where the forehead is because most people want their wigs to kind of be here. So this has been really helpful to do. I tried a few wig caps. I don't have all the ones that I tried, but so far the ones that people were using and I tried for myself in a wig, I used this dome mesh cap. It seemed like a good idea because it had holes in it and it was breathable, but it's just not sturdy. I mean, it has a hole, so if you decide to sew, it's just gonna rip, and it doesn't fit well. It's not, as you can see, it's not really that stretchy, and this is what the pack looked like that I used. So I didn't like the mesh dome cap. Another one that I tried and I felt like, oh, since it had a woman on it, maybe it will fit to a woman's head, and this is a spandex cap. You don't want to use nothing that is so spandexy, I guess, that it's not sturdy. So as you can see, this one is so wide. I mean, it has that cone head basically there, and then around it is very thin. So this right here did not work. I mean, it's stretchy, but it's just not going to make a good wig, and the brand is by Annie's. And as you can see, the dip in it, it's just not a good cap to me, in my opinion. And another one that I used was a spandex dome cap, and it had another woman on it, so I felt like, okay, maybe this one may work because it looked like it was the perfect shape on the actual picture. So as you can see, the difference in this one and this one, I mean, from the last one I just showed you. And if you hold it upside down, I mean, this is not even though it stretches, it doesn't stretch, if you know what I mean. Like, you can see the big difference in the dip just in that. So this one seems perfect fit when you put it on your head. But if you had braids or something like that, and then you started to sew, and then as you sew, you know, the caps kind of bunch up, this one right here, you wind up having a wig that originally you think it's going to be here, but really it's going to be here. So this one wasn't good. And then I got into trying the weaving caps. I originally wanted to try the dome caps because I felt like they were going to be a little bit tighter where you didn't have to put clips in them. So this dome cap right here, I mean this weaving cap right here, it seemed pretty good, but it just wasn't stretchy, and I really don't have the one example up to show you. I used it, but it didn't work good for me at all. And this is another one that I have. Is a different company. I don't know the company, but I can kind of show you how it looks. It doesn't have that extra piece there. I don't like these. I found that it's not stretchy. It's just a stiff material, even though it does have the adjustable straps. It still, to me, just didn't fit everybody's head. And even though, like, for an example, this says dome cap, and like this says dome cap. All these dome caps you would think would be true to size, but they all have different measurements on them, which makes it very hard to find a cap that actually fits well. And another one that I did try, which most people do try, is the weaving cap by Dream. Now this cap, I actually did a wig on for my birthday, and I felt that it was okay. I did a wig for a client previously with it, and it did work pretty well. The only thing with these kind of caps are, if you don't put if you don't wear them close to your hairline, you're gonna have that extra space still in the back, and it's not gonna fit really tight. Because me, I like to leave out a little bit of my perimeter when I wear my wigs to make it look a little bit more natural. And if you just slightly pull this cap back, or any of these back just a little bit, it's not gonna fit, because you already measured it to this, if that makes any sense. So just the slightest little bit that you move that back, it's just not gonna fit right. And this is the cap. This is this one right here. So the thing I do like about this one, which actually would be perfect for U-part wigs, is it is stretchy. I mean, it does stretch out, and as you can see, it's kind of flimsy, versus this one that's kind of just stiff and stuck in place. So this is more of a durable material, and it has the adjustable straps, and it also has where you can line it up with like the circumference right here. The only thing about this one too, when you're doing a lace closure, when you're using these kind, it doesn't pull it as tight. You know, most people want their closure to lay so flat and so tight. These right here, to me, I know a lot of people use these and it may be fine, but just from what I have experienced with these, it's just, I may not use them only for U-part wigs. Just because it still doesn't have that snug fit that most women like with wigs. Not tight, but just feel like if the wind blows, it's not gonna fall off. The thing I did like about this was that it was breathable, which dome caps are breathable too, just not as much as these. But in most cases, my wigs, most people want to take them on and off every day, and I don't sleep in my wigs. I take my wigs on and off every day. So breathable caps, non-breathable caps like this, I mean, wouldn't matter to me, only because I'm not sleeping in it, I'm not sewing it down. Now, if you're going to sew this down around your perimeter, then this would be a perfect cap if you're going to sew it down. If you don't want it to come off at night or anything like that, this would be a perfect cap, honestly. And just want to show you examples of all these caps that say dome, and they're all different sizes. I mean, you can see the difference in them, and they're supposedly dome caps. Even from this one, which is a different cap from that one, but it's still not accurate. So the cap that I actually have found that it fits all head sizes. It's stretchable. If you have a small head, it's gonna fit tight too, but also have a little bit extra room if you want to wear big braids. Me, I have a lot of hair, so I don't like to have little braids because I'm the one mainly that has to do them. So I'll do big braids and then put my weaving cap, my stocking cap on, and then put my wig on top. So you want a cap that's going to still be tight and lay those big braids down. Actually, I have a wig on now, and I just threw this on, but I have a wig on now, and my hair is in a ponytail, and it still lays completely flat just because of the cap that I used. So the cap that I like the best is this. It's the Spandex Dome Cap by Dream. I get this from my local beauty supply store. Most beauty supply stores don't have it. I only found that one so far, and I know a lot of people that's going to be watching this live in different states. So I think that you can order these online. It's actually cheaper if you order them online in bulk. And this is just my opinion about this cap. This cap right here is actually this cap. And even though it doesn't seem long at all, it's still the best cap to me. I mean, it really stretches. It stretches out, and as you can see, you can pull it out and it can fit a big head, and then it can go down to a little head. So I think that this cap right here by this company, the Spandex Dome Cap, is perfect for anybody that's wanting to make a wig. And the thing I like about these is if you do decide to, say you do start here on your mannequin, but you want to wear it back, this cap is so good that you can just pull, push your wig back a little bit, and it won't have all that extra space or feel like it's not, tight in it. So this right here is my favorite cap so far, but not to say it's the best cap. That's just what I've experienced so far. And if you go on my Instagram, my clients seem to say they fit like a glove, so that's a good compliment to me. Before, when I started making these wigs, I got a little discouraged because I would make a wig and think that it would fit perfect, but then after I would start to sew, it just went back, and it fit fine when I put it on. But then as I started to sew and everything, it just wasn't right. So I do think that that is the best cap. I'm actually trying another cap that I did see online, and I haven't got it in yet, but I'm ordering it, and I will actually do a review on there. And I hope that that one will actually be the one, because in the summertime these things can kind of get hot. So this was more of a net, but it's more of a cap that people use for like lace front wigs, which I find that they're still stretchy, but they're made with like a really good net like this. Another thing that people like is the Japanese swim caps. I haven't tried those yet, but I heard those fit really, really good. I thought about ordering them, but when I had found this one, I just didn't order it. There's a lot of good hairstyles that make wonderful wigs. The one that stands out to me the most is Tokyo Styles, which in his case, his look awesome, look perfect. Would he ever share the cap he used? I don't know. So luckily, I shared what cap I use, because I just feel like what's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you. So I don't mind sharing that. Now, if you're gonna make a wig that you want to use something like this, because everything's a preference. This is just my opinions. Then I do recommend getting wig clips. Now, I went everywhere to find wig clips that wouldn't pull your hair, break your hair. Most of the time, in beauty supply stores, they did not have them. So I had to order from a company called, it's MHRW is the company. And I got the large ones, because they have large and small. Now, these are pretty good because you can cut them, and as you can see, they bend and they stretch. But they will fit perfectly just right in there. And it comes in a little bag like this. And if it's for a client that wants that extra security, then these are perfect for that. And it was fast shipping. They were 79 cents each for the large ones. And I probably ordered like 30 at a time just to have extra on hand. And it comes in a little package like this. Also, the other method that I did try out was the glue gun method that I thought that I was going to like. This is the glue gun I started out with, cheap from Walmart, which my other one, I don't know where it is at the moment. And I just used these to go with it. And then I found that I would do a wig and it just would start to peel off. So I was like, okay, let me research this again. So what I did was I researched it again, and most people used a glue gun, not like this, but one that had a high and low setting. So I got one that had a high setting. So I felt like if it was a high setting, that it would stick better to your dome cap. But if you use the glue gun, and since it's hot glue, and then you put it on top of this, it's gonna get stuck. But you can also pull it off, but then when you open up your cap and you try to sell it to a client, you're gonna have those little pieces of tape or whatever stuck to the cap. But I did find that it seemed sturdy, but eventually it did start to peel up. So I don't use the glue gun method. The only way I use a glue gun method now is if I'm making a quick wig for myself. I don't have time to sew it because I can make a wig with the glue gun in about 30-40 minutes, and it's with cheap hair, basically. That's the only time I'll use it. I just need to, a quick look for the night. But if I'm selling it to a client, I won't use it. Trying to see if I have probably answered everybody's questions that I get all the time. Again, just to kind of recap, this is definitely a good thing to do because everybody's head shape is not the same. Some people have small heads, big heads, medium heads. But if you just go by what the average size is and measure this with a tape measure, you should be fine. And I had to learn from trial and error on that. And that's about it. I think I kind of answered most questions. Oh, somebody want to know how long it takes me to make a wig. Well, it takes me about 2 hours, maybe sometimes a little bit longer, only because I do them at home and I do them and my baby will be home with me and I have to keep stopping. So I do them on my days off. I set up a station in my house, and since I was getting so many orders at one time, I just thought that I would set up a station. So it was really helpful. I had my color, I had all that stuff set up. So that's about how long it takes me to do them. So I hope that I have answered everybody's questions. Please subscribe. I'm going to continue to make YouTube videos about other things. I mean, a lot of people know I sell Herbalife, which I love, and I'm actually going to do a YouTube video on that as well, so you can see each product, explain it, because I know I get busy and a lot of people email me all the time, but I really want to go in detail as to what products that I use, that I like, and what it does to your body. So I hope that this has helped. If anybody have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to comment below. I'm actually going to put the website to these clips below. I'm also going to put my Instagram name for anybody who does not follow me. Please do. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Thank you.